Deputy Danny Healy-Rae.
Thank you very much, Caller. Minister, you detailed here today to answer on behalf of the Taoiseach, and first of all, I have to say to you that people right around the country are outraged with the escalation in the price of the Children's Hospital, and people in Kelleher are concerned about our new community hospital in Kelleher and how far that will be pushed back. But what the people are asking, what the people are asking when you're finished talking, I'll ask you, Minister, what the people are asking now and want to know. Someone signed a contract on behalf of the clients who are the people of Ireland to build a children's hospital. Who signed the contract with the contractors? Was it the Minister for Finance? Was it the Taoiseach? Was it the Minister for Health? Which of you signed the contract? Because you're commissioning a report now that's going to cost 500,000. I say to you, Minister, whoever signed that contract knows who's responsible for the escalation in the price. And I'm asking you to spell it out here, who signed the contract on behalf of the clients of the people of Ireland, and who, because you're after exposing the taxpayers to this massive increase, and the people of Ireland are entitled to know who signed the contract.
Deputy Mary Butler on the same matter, and also Deputy Michael Healy-Rae.
Minister, the cost overrun on the National Children's Hospital will have a knock-on effect for many capital projects. Minister, clarity is needed as a matter of priority as to which projects will be delayed or deferred. Now, I'm referring specifically to the second permanent cath lab at UHW, signed off at a meeting by all South East Oireachtas members with the Health Minister last October. The Minister has reiterated that this project will not be delayed. But, Minister, clarity is needed in relation to the 2019 Health Service Plan. And unfortunately, at a committee meeting last Thursday, the department said differently. So, Minister, when will we have this clarity once and for all?
Michael Healy-Rae on the same matter.
Minister, in case you think that this matter is going to go away, only for Brexit, this would bring you down. And that is a fact. And each and every one of you know that. This is so serious. And yes, it is true to say that every TD inside here is wondering now what knock-on effect this is going to have to HSE budgets in their constituencies around the country. This is catastrophic. And the way you've handled it, and I'll repeat it again, and it's my fourth time saying it inside here today, the least worst option. That's what the Minister for Health, that was the best he could come out with to describe the situation. This is the least worst option. Those words will come back to haunt each and every one of you when you will be facing the electorate again. This is a disgrace, and you're not taking it seriously enough. And all I'm saying to you is, you better wake up to this. And Minister for Finance, you definitely have to wake up to this, because this is beyond belief, and the people are outraged. You're building it at an enormous overrun in the wrong place.
Please.
And you've been exposed now for making a mess of it.
Deputy Thomas Byrne on the same matter.
Just on this issue, Corla, and what this issue has exposed is the politics by press release and announcement rather than the politics of actually governing. I think Deputy Cowan's intervention summed it up as well in terms of the other department. But what I want to know, Corla, in relation to this and the cost overruns, which are massive, may not be immediately felt this year, but next year and the year after, what school projects and third-level projects are planned to be affected by this particular cost overrun? This is a massive impact. We have schools right throughout the country badly in need of works. We have a huge announcement made at the last minute last year by the Minister in relation to demographic pressure. We need new schools. When? What's the effect?
On the same matter, Minister, we've been promised an independent review carried out by PricewaterhouseCoopers into the overall spend of the Children's Hospital. Now, a cursory look in the Company Registration Office would indicate that PricewaterhouseCoopers have been the auditor of BAM Royal, not just a subsidiary here in Ireland, but of BAM Royal, which is a €1 billion company plus, and they are the actual auditors and accountants for this company. Now, I just want to ask, are you satisfied that this House can accept this as an independent assessment by a company who has been consistently accounting and auditing Royal BAM accounts for the last number of years? Do you honestly believe that we can accept this as an independent review? Bear in mind that the contract we're talking about for BAM is a €1.7 billion potential contract.
Thank you, Deputy. Thank you.
And are you satisfied that that will be fully independent? And are you satisfied that every member inside in this House can accept it as independent? Because I certainly believe that you have grave answers or grave questions to ask in regard to the independence. And Minister Donohoe, you have to be satisfied that it is fully independent, because I certainly am not.
Deputy Pat Buckley on the same matter.
Yeah, it's just on the national. I want to inquire about, because of this overrun, will the national capital plans be affected? Because there has been promises of 2 major projects in my own area, over 13 million to be invested between Middleton and Youghal community hospitals, to be completed by 2021, and we haven't seen anything yet. And I'm just in fear that these are going to be affected by the massive overrun in this children's hospital. So I'd like some updates on that, please. Thank you.
Minister, there's been a commitment from government and a top priority of the HSE to build a primary care centre in Finglas. Recently, Dublin City Council purchased a local site from the diocese, the Church of the Annunciation site, and Dublin City Council entered an agreement with the HSE to provide the necessary land. Money and a commitment to build a new centre is now urgently needed. Minister, can you allay the concerns of the community that the overspend on the new children's hospital will not impact on this vital project? The people of Finglas are really angry. We're over 5 years waiting on this as a top priority. Can you allay the fears that this can, and let us know, can this go ahead and will it go ahead?
Minister.
Thank you. Deputy Healy-Rae, I and the government are well aware of the anger and concern that people have in relation to the National Children's Hospital. We're well aware of the great concern they have in relation to the cost escalation. We made a decision, and I take responsibility for the decision, to move ahead with the hospital and ensure that it is built. And the reason for that is the commitment that I have to the site, to seeing that project delivered, and the transformative care I believe it will deliver to young children across our country. But I'm equally aware of the anger in this House and concern across the country regarding the cost escalation. I answered questions about it for the afternoon yesterday. Minister Harris is doing it today. To deal with Deputy Kelleher's question, Deputy, as you well know, I can't speak on behalf of other members of the House, and I know the variety and strength of feeling on the House on it. To give you my view on it, yes, I am confident that whatever work PwC do in relation to this will be independent, and that they will give their professional view in relation to how this matter developed and in relation to how we can ensure the remainder of this project is done well. And of course, the appointment of Mr Fred Barry as the new chair of the board will be instrumental in doing it. In relation to Dessie Ellis, I hope to be in a position next week where we will be able to clarify what is the effect on any other spend across 2019. But given that, for this year alone, we are increasing capital expenditure by €1.4 billion, I'm confident that because of the increased spend that we will have, we will be able to deliver commitments that we have made to constituencies and to communities.
Right. There are four deputies that have been raising. What?